Hey, hi everybody, Jinhua here. Following is excerpted from my presentation at the 8th Annual International Conference on Spirituality and Psychology in March of this year. In this video, you will learn how the universe uses purity at her center points of inception to ensure her larger creations are well balanced, beneficial, beautiful, and enduring. After highlighting how center purity unfolds in nature, we'll then look at how we can improve our lives by simply emulating her wisdoms. Since it isn't necessary for the purposes of this discussion, and for brevity's sake, I won't go into the details of how the creative process unfolds. However, if you want to learn more, do check out the available resources on my centerlife.center website. Okay, let's get started. As a starting point, all you need to understand for the remainder of this presentation is simply this. Nature uses purity at her center points of inception to ensure her larger creations are symmetric, balanced, holistic, and well-formed. Now, hold that thought for a minute, as its implications will soon become exceedingly clear as we highlight in the following examples in nature. So let's get started with some examples in nature. Does anyone know how this beautiful spherical globe formed? Actually, it began from the formation of a minute, homogeneous, i.e. pure center in a dust cloud in space. Being homogeneous, the fields emanating from this center were evenly distributed in all directions, drawing in matter from the surroundings, ultimately forming this wonderful globe we call home. Now, imagine if the center wasn't pure. The fields emanating from it would be uneven, the planet would be uneven and distorted, and would wobble off course and out of the solar system. There would be no planet, there would be no life, and there would be no lovely conference today. I think everyone knows that atoms provide the rock-solid building blocks for all of existence, the air about us, this desk in front of me. Little appreciated, however, is that their stability is provided by minute yet highly powerful nucleon pairs in their core. Even less known is just how similar, i.e. how homogeneous, these neutron and proton pairs are. In fact, an isolated neutron will spontaneously decay into a proton, demonstrating just how alike they are. So here again, a pure, minute, and powerful center, nucleons in this example, perpetuating the larger electron cloud about them, and thereby literally enabling all of existence. I think most can agree that crystals define the idea of perfection, yes? This not only comes from knowing their lattices are perfectly arranged, we can also appreciate and enjoy their divine-like orderliness with our very own eyes, such as with this snowflake. Did you know that this six-spoked wonder began from a single, pure H2O molecule that froze in a winter storm cloud? Think about it. A single molecule formed the perfect seedling from which our near-perfect snowflake emerged. Is there anything more geometrically exquisite than a spiderweb's interwoven radial and spiral tapestry? It's likely not surprising finding these geometric wonders result from a similarly and highly ordered set of neural structures residing in what is a very tiny pin-tip-sized orb spider brain. Here yet again, purity as highly orderly perfection in the smallest of places, generating the grandest of things. So, let's ratchet up the stakes some. If I still haven't convinced you that center purity is a key element of creation, let's consider the conditions at the very moment our entire universe was brought into being. This, of course, was the moment of Big Bang, when the universe was literally born and subsequently grew into the 49 billion light-year dome we reside in today. I can't think of a better way to present the tantalizing possibility of center purity at the inception of the universe other than in Sean Carroll's following presentation.
What you have to think about is, we have a universe with 100 billion galaxies, 100 billion stars each. At early times, those 100 billion galaxies were squeezed into a region about this big, literally, at early times. And you have to imagine doing that squeezing without any imperfections, without any little spots where there were a few more atoms than somewhere else. Because if there had been, they would have collapsed under the gravitational pull into a huge black hole.
Did you hear what he just said? Our universe began from very small and pure origins, no imperfections whatsoever. I can't think of a more poetic description of center point purity in the process of creation than this. In summary, nature relies on pure, homogeneous, perfect-like centers to create similarly well-formed, symmetric, balanced, and holistic larger creations. So, to create a larger, happier life, we need to emulate her way, i.e., we need to embed purity into the centers of our lives and thereby create similarly well-formed, larger associations and relationships about us. What are the larger associations we are a part of? Of course, family, groups and friendships, career and reputation, and probably the most important, which is the lasting memories we leave in others, which ultimately becomes our epitaph. All right, let's get specific. What are the centers of our lives? Well, we're going to look at 3 today: our emotional heart center, our mental thought center, and our spirit center. There are others: physical, social, intellectual, but we'll skip over those today. If you want more details, again, go to my Center Life site for more information. All right, before we look at those primary 3 centers, emotional, intellectual, and spiritual, let's first think about how purity is expressed in human centers. Anybody have any ideas? Well, of course, it's got to be passion, genuineness, virtue, kindness, and of course, love. Okay, let's start with our center, which is our emotional well-being, which is achieved through nurturing our hearts. How do we go about this? We begin this by centering in goodness and in love. We also address negativity. One part of that is surrounding ourselves with good people. A key element to this is listening to and following your heart. Also, doing what you love. They actually say when you do what you love, you're actually unearthing your destiny. So definitely, hobby, work, pursue the things you love and make you happy and or you're good at. And lastly, slow down time, get in the here and now more to enable more heart living. Okay, what about our mental centers, which is our mental well-being? Of course, we need to cleanse our thoughts. Basic tenet of Buddhism, in fact. We need to focus on the positive. We need to be more grateful. And we need to question our thoughts, and if they're wrong, we need to correct our thinking. Definitely consider taking up meditation and yoga, and do study a religion that you follow, that you're already committed to, or look outside your current religion. And finally, stay away from media. Everything that comes out of the media these days is very, very negative, so it doesn't help with keeping a clear mind and helping with our mental health. All right, lastly, let's look at our spiritual center, which is about improving our spiritual well-being, which is cultivating your spirit. Well, one of the first steps is the previous 2 centers. Make sure you purify your heart and mind. Do connect to greater things, which largely comes from spending time in nature. My Nature Path course is a good way to cultivate the second and third bullet there. Know that purity and infinity resides at your core, so work on getting to know that core better and releasing that incredible energy that resides there. Consider taking a pilgrimage or taking a relevant retreat to cultivate the spirit. Both focus on self-awareness and self-discovery, which are great ways to cultivate a greater association and relationship with our spirit. Definitely study enlightened souls, whether they're ancient ones like Rumi or Lao Tzu, or modern day sages such as Eckhart Tolle. Also visit temples and mosques, church and so on, as their architecture and the ambience that they create definitely cultivates getting closer to the divine and your spirit. In summary, by purifying your heart, mind, and spirit, your happiness and life satisfaction will soar. Some of you might be asking yourself, does this actually apply to my life? Well, I want you to think about a few things to convince yourself that it actually does. First question, where did you come from? What are you made of? Where did the structures and processes in your body come from? If we are all not part of nature and subject to her ways, then what are we part of and subject to? Of course, we came from nature. Her character, content, processes, disposition also apply to us. All right, that's it. I hope you enjoyed my presentation. And if you have more time and want to learn more, you can go to my websites, centerlife.center, or my blog at jinnuablog.com. I also have books available and online courses via Udemy. So please look at the links on my site if you'd like to check them out and learn more. Again, thanks everybody. See you next time. Bye-bye.